Okay. So the name of the first chapter is Observing the Army, right? And it is divided into two sections. How many verses are there in the first chapter? Who can tell me? Raise your hands. How many verses in the first chapter of Bhagavad-gītā? No one knows? Chaitanya Prabhu, you don't know this? Okay. You don't know? Okay. First chapter. How many verses are 47? Okay. How many verses are there in Bhagavad-gītā total? 700. How many verses Krishna spoke?
500.
574?
576.
Yes, Jyoti Mata, correct. 574. How many words Giriraj spoke?
1.
How many words Sanjay spoke?
700. First 574 minus 575 minus 10.
No. What about Arjun? Sanjay spoke 41 verses. Okay. And how many Arjun spoke? 74 verses. Please, can you just do the calculation? 574 plus 21 plus 1 plus 74. How much is that?
700.
Thank you. So please remember all these things. Okay. So 46 verses are there in the first chapter. First part of the first chapter is observing the army in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. What is the name of the second part of the first chapter of Bhagavad-gītā? Please raise your hands. What is the name of the second part of the first chapter of Bhagavad-gītā? Raise your hands, please. No one knows? Okay, we have 3 hands. Yes, Jyoti Mataji.
Bhakti Yoga.
Wrong answer. Chaitanya Prabhu.
Arjun Vishad.
Yes, Lamentation of Arjun. So that is the name of the second part of the first chapter of Bhagavad-gītā. Okay. What is the name of the second chapter of Bhagavad-gītā? Raise your hands. Abhishek Vedi Prabhu. What is the name of the second chapter of Bhagavad-gītā? Do you know?
Prabhu Arjun Vishad.
No, that is the first chapter, second part. I'm asking about the second chapter. Okay. So, Akash Prabhu, what is the name of the second chapter of Bhagavad-gītā?
Probably something secret of something related to secret.
Very nice. Wrong answer. Yes, Vedas Prabhu.
Content of Gita summarized.
Yes. Nice. Contents
Gita
of Bhagavad-gītā summarized. Yes. Gita Sar. Jal gayi batti. Okay. What is the name of the third chapter, Krishni Mataji?
Prabhuji, I don't know the third chapter.
Okay. Who can... Yes, Akash Prabhu, what is the name of the third chapter of Bhagavad-gītā? Okay. Yes, Subhashmita Mataji.
Karma Yoga.
Karma Yoga. Very nice. Fourth chapter. What is the name?
Dhyana.
Very nice. Wrong answer. What is the name of the fourth chapter of Bhagavad-gītā? Krishni Mataji?
I'm not sure. Is it Gyan Yoga, Prabhuji?
Nope. That's wrong. No, that's wrong. So only Subhashmita Mataji knows. Don't say the answer yet. I want people to... we have recently done all these chapters, right? Yes, Abhishek Vedi Prabhu.
Is it Karma Yoga, Prabhu?
No, it's not. So
it Karma Yoga?
Chapter 3 is Karma Yoga, right? So why will chapter 4 be Karma Yoga? Chapter 3 is Karma Yoga, right? So what is chapter 4? So after the third chapter, what was the conversation between Arjun and Krishna? No one knows? Subhashmita Mataji, do you know?
Sorry, Prabhuji.
The name of the fourth chapter. What is the name of the fourth chapter?
Transcendental knowledge?
Transcendental knowledge. Yes. Divya. How can you not know? Basic question. Okay. This one everyone should know. What is the name of the fifth chapter of Bhagavad-gītā?
Karma Yoga in action.
Close. No, it's not in action. Chaitanya Prabhu, what is the name of the fifth chapter of Bhagavad-gītā?
Prabhuji, I also thought it's the same Karma Yoga in, I think, action or Krishna consciousness.
Subhashmita Mataji.
Dhyan Yoga? How to control mind? No.
No, Mataji, no. No one knows? It's Karma Yoga, action in Krishna consciousness.
I see.
Krishna consciousness, because there is already third chapter called Karma Yoga. So why will be there another chapter called Karma Yoga? So it's Karma Yoga, action in Krishna consciousness. And what is the name of the sixth chapter that we just did? Yes, Tanush Prabhu?
Bhakti Yoga?
Wow.
Jnana Yoga.
Sorry.
Thank you, Prabhu. It's Dhyan Yoga. We just did sixth chapter.
Oh, yeah.
Do we want to continue this classes?
Wait my turn.
Yeah, please raise your hands. Don't speak without. Yeah. So do we want to proceed? Because we have covered one section of Bhagavad-gītā. Bhagavad-gītā is into three sections. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. 18 chapters, 6 chapters each. So we covered the first part of Bhagavad-gītā, the first six chapters. Now we are going to the next part of Bhagavad-gītā, that is 7 to 12. This section is called Bhakti Yoga. Okay? So please, these are the basics that we must know. Bhagavad-gītā. Who spoke Bhagavad-gītā?
Krishna.
Yeah, please raise your hands. Okay. So please raise your hands now. Don't speak the answer. Abhishek Vedri Prabhu, how many people heard Bhagavad-gītā initially? Abhishek Vedri Prabhu, are you there? Okay, so someone else.
Sorry, can you repeat the question, please? Sorry.
Yeah, don't worry, Prabhuji. I will repeat the question. I just want someone to answer. Who heard Bhagavad-gītā initially? Who were the people who heard Bhagavad-gītā? Okay, Vedas Prabhu.
Prabhu, with Arjun there was Hanuman, right?
Okay, so that's true. Who else? Okay, Akash Prabhu.
Prabhu, can you say a question again? There can be other answers also.
Okay, so you don't know the question, you're raising your hand.
No.
Who all heard Bhagavad-gītā the first time?
From Sun God?
From Krishna.
Sun
Who
God
heard? Okay, yes, Sun God is there, that's correct. But
And,
when Krishna is telling to Arjun, who all heard Bhagavad-gītā with him?
And another is who was sitting with Dhritarashtra, who was telling him.
Who was that, Prabhu? You don't know who was you are saying after
Sanjay.
Oh, thank you so much. You remembered. Sanjay Prabhuji, second verse of Bhagavad-gītā. Tell me the second verse of Bhagavad-gītā. Who can tell me? Every day in the Mangalarti I am asking this question. Sanjay Uvacha. So, Sanjay heard Bhagavad-gītā. Lord Hanuman heard Bhagavad-gītā. Arjun heard Bhagavad-gītā. And who is the fourth one?
Prabhuji, barbaric.
Hey Bhagavan. Who said the first words of Bhagavad-gītā?
Dhritarashtra.
So obvious, na, it's Dhritarashtra. Who is hearing Bhagavad-gītā actually? Dhritarashtra is hearing Bhagavad-gītā. He is the main person who is hearing Bhagavad-gītā. Sanjay, Arjun, okay, Arjun heard directly from Krishna, but actually the conversation is between Sanjay and Dhritarashtra. And Sanjay is relaying everything to Dhritarashtra. Right? So it's four people who heard Bhagavad-gītā. Dhritarashtra, Sanjay, Lord Hanuman, and Arjun. These are the four recipients of Bhagavad-gītā. 2 in the battlefield, 2 outside the battlefield. In the battlefield, it's Arjun, direct, and it's Lord Hanuman sitting on the flag. And outside the field, it's Sanjay, and it's Dhritarashtra. Okay? So please be clear with all these things. There are 700 verses in Bhagavad-gītā. 574 verses spoken by Shri Krishna. 74 verses spoken by Shri Arjun. 41 verses spoken by Shri Sanjay. And 1 verse spoken by Shri Dhritarashtra. Okay? Total 700 verses. There are 18 chapters in Bhagavad-gītā. It is divided into 3 sections, 3 parts. The first part is chapter 1 to 6. Then the middle part is chapters 7 to 12. And the last is from section 13 to 18. Chapter 13 to 18. Okay? The first part is called Karma Yoga. The last part, 13 to 18, is called Jnana Yoga. And the middle part is called Bhakti Yoga. So today we are about to begin the Bhakti Yoga Bhagavad-gītā. Now again, who is telling the Gita Mahatma to whom? And in which Puran it is recorded? In our first batch we have taken. Okay, I see one hand. Who else? Only one person knows? So is there only one person from the first batch? Akash Prabhu, you were there, but you were sleeping, it seems. Okay, yes, Chaitanya Prabhu, go ahead.
Prabhuji, Lord Shiva is telling to Mother Parvati.
Very nice. And in which Puran?
I don't remember, Prabhuji. I think Brahma Puran.
No, don't guess. It's Padma Puran. So in Padma Puran, there is the Mahatma of many scriptures along with Bhagavad-gītā. So Lord Shiva was asked by Mother Parvati about the glorification of Bhagavad-gītā, and then Lord Shiva tells her the story of each chapter of Bhagavad-gītā and what we will get after we hear each section of Bhagavad-gītā. So you'll take another complete section or another lecture on the glorification of Gita. That is Gita Mahatma from the Padma Puran. Okay. So these are the basic questions I'm going to ask again. So please be cautious and pay attention to the classes. Okay. With that, let me share my screen and let this begin. Let me know when you see my screen. Okay. You all can see the screen, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Can you? Yes. Okay. So the name of the 7th chapter is Knowledge of the Absolute. Please remember this. Knowledge of the Absolute. And we are going to love. So this is one of my favorite chapters of Bhagavad-gītā, and this is going to be extremely interesting, very interesting. Om Ajnanatimmirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay. So please raise your hands. Everyone please be on mute. I think Ankur Prabhu, you are not on mute, so please put yourself on mute and raise your hand, and once Chaitanya Prabhu takes your name, you then go and recite the verses. I'm going to recite this one. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Mai Asakta Mana Partha Yogam Yunjanma Dashraya Asamshayam Samagram Mam Yatha Gyasi Tachunu. Translation: The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Now hear, O son of Pritha, how by practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full, free from doubt." Always remember, how do we study Bhagavad-gītā? So there is 2 things. One is reading and the second is studying. Reading is you just read something, but study is very deep diving. So how we understand Bhagavad-gītā is every shlok is related to its previous shlok and the next shlok. Okay. Now here, why is Krishna speaking about yoga? Because in the last verse, 6.47, Krishna says that out of all the yogis, the yogi is the topmost. So he has declared it in the 6th chapter, Dhyan Yoga. that the Bhakt is the topmost yogi. And now he is saying how to become Bhakt. And that is why this section is about Bhakti Yoga. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So this one is a long purport. So again, I will request all of you, because this will tell us about the snapshot of the 7th chapter that we are anyways about to read now. Okay. So please read this in detail. And if there is any question, you can come back to me. Okay. So this is the summary of the first 6 chapters and what we can expect in the 7th chapter and everything about it. Because this is very interesting chapter, so we will dive into the second verse. Do we have a hand?
No, Prabhuji, can I read?
Yes, please.
ज्ञानं तेऽहं सविज्ञानम् इदं वक्ष्याम्य अशेषतः यज्ञात्वा नेह भूयोऽन्यत् ज्ञात्वयम् avasishyate. Translation. I shall now declare unto you in full this knowledge, both phenomenal and numinous. This being known, nothing further shall remain for you to know.
Yeah. So this is it. Everything that is supposed to be known is here. Purport. Complete knowledge includes knowledge of the phenomenal world, the spirit behind it, and the source of both of them. This is transcendental knowledge. The Lord wants to explain the above mentioned system of knowledge because Arjun is Krishna's confidential devotee and friend. In the beginning of the 4th chapter, this explanation was given by the Lord, and it is again confirmed here. Complete knowledge can be achieved only by the devotee of the Lord in disciplic succession directly from the Lord. Therefore, one should be intelligent enough to know the source of all knowledge, who is the cause of all causes and the only object for meditation in all types of yoga practice. When the cause of all causes becomes known, then everything noble becomes known, and nothing remains unknown. The Vedas Munduk Upanishad 1.13 say. Okay? So this is confirmed that we have to know the cause of all the causes. And once we have come down to understand that personality, that's it. Then we have known everything. Vedashya sarver aham eva vedyo, he says in 15th chapter, 15th verse. Krishna says. And if we just know the fact that he is to be known, and we know everything about him, janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tatvata taktva deham punarjanma na iti sa iti pandava. Arjuna. So he says that if you just understand my janma and my karma, what's going to happen is that you will not get this reincarnation, you will come back to me. So we have done 99.9% of the work. Prabhupada has done that work for us. Very simple. Who is Supreme Personality of Godhead? It's Krishna. Who are we? We are soul. And what is our Swarup? Jivera Swarupo hai Krishnera Nityadas. We are the eternal servitors of Krishna. We are all part and parcels of Krishna. Just this much if we understand and we practice this bhakti yoga, that's it. Then we have achieved, because this is not easy actually. This understanding that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, it's going to take millions of lives. And even now, sitting in this class, it's going to take us a long time to actually understand this, that Krishna is God. Today, we are not understanding. If we understood that Krishna is God, our chanting would have been improved. We would have that bhav while we chanted, or we would have done seva with our complete heart. But do we? We don't, right? So we are still to understand that Krishna is the Supreme. But like it said, that consistency, just keep on endeavoring. And when Krishna gives his mercy, then only we'll be able to understand Krishna. There is no other way. 7.3.
Yes, Jyotimat.
मनुष्याणां सहस्रेषु कश्चिदपि सिद्धये यततामपि सिद्धानां कश्चिनं वेत्ति तत्त्वतः. One of many thousand among men, one may endeavor for perfection, and of those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows me in truth.
Yeah, out of many thousands among men, only one may endeavor for perfection. and among those also only one hardly can obey truth. There are various grades of men, and out of many thousands, one may be sufficiently interested in transcendental realization to try to know what is the self, what is the body, and what is the absolute truth. Generally, mankind is simply engaged in the animal propensities, namely eating, sleeping, defending, and mating, and hardly anyone is interested in transcendental knowledge. The first 6 chapters of the Gita are meant for those who are interested in transcendental knowledge, in understanding the self, the super self, and the process of realization by Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, and discrimination of the self from matter. However, Krishna can be known only by persons who are in Krishna consciousness. Other transcendentalists may achieve impersonal Brahman realization, for this is easier than understanding Krishna. Krishna is the supreme person, but at the same time he is beyond the knowledge of Brahman and Paramatma. The yogis and jnanis are confused in their attempts to understand Krishna. Although the greatest of the impersonalists, Sripad Shankaracharya, has admitted in his Gita commentary that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his followers do not accept Krishna as such. For it is very difficult to know Krishna even though one has transcendental realization of impersonal Brahman. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the cause of all causes, the primeval Lord Govinda, Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha, Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. It is very difficult for the non-devotees to know him. Although non-devotees declare that the path of bhakti or devotional service is very easy, they cannot practice it. If the path of bhakti is so easy, as the non-devotee class of men proclaim, then why do they take up the difficult path? Actually, the path of bhakti is not easy. The so-called path of bhakti practiced by unauthorized persons without knowledge of bhakti may be easy, but when it is practiced factually, according to the rules and regulations, the speculative scholars and philosophers may fall away from the path. For instance, many people I have met who come with so much we have bhav, we cry, we have this, we have that, and then I ask them, okay, fine, let's please join the group and chant. No, we cannot chant 16 rounds. Okay, fine. Get up for Mangalarti. No, we cannot. So where is the bhav then? So it's like bliss in ignorance. Unless we don't know, there is no, you're not connected to a parampara. So you think whatever you think is the correct way of bhakti. And because it is easy, you can wake up at 11 o'clock in the morning and then you won't take bath, you don't even offer to, you have Laddu Gopal, you are taking Laddu Gopal to restaurants and you are feeding him onion and garlic. So for people like them, bhakti is easy. But if you really want to know what bhakti is, Prabhupada has already made bhakti 75% easy. Like we are only doing 25% of what we are supposed to do. Every day we are supposed to chant 64 rounds. Every day. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, I will eat only in the house of a Lakhpati. Lakhpati means 100, who has taken 100,000 names. So Lakhpati means 64 rounds. Chanting 64 rounds means 1 lakh names. Unless we have chanted 64 rounds, if we offer, Mahaprabhu is not going to accept our offering. Then Prabhupada said, okay, fine. Prabhupada used to chant 64 rounds every day. For his disciples, he said, fine. They said, Prabhupada, we cannot chant 64 rounds. It's 8 hours a day. We cannot do. Okay, fine. You chant 32 rounds. No, Prabhupada, we cannot even chant 32 rounds. It takes 4 hours of our day. Okay, fine. 16 and that's the limit. I am not going to go below 16. 16 is the minimum. You have to chant every day. You promise me. Okay, fine, Prabhupada, we will promise 16. So from 64, Prabhupada has already taken it down to 16. This is the easiest that we have been given. And still we struggle to chant those 16 rounds. In India, 4:30 a.m. sharp we have to do Mangalarti. Here we have to do at 5:30 from your house. You don't have to go to the temple. Still, how many of us are attending? We all know the situation, right? And then we say that, oh, it's very easy. So it's not like that. It's not so easy. But for the people who follow the rule, but after some time you are going to enjoy. Once for the new people, it was so difficult to wake up in the morning, but now we have consistency. We have 15 to 20 devotees joining every day in the morning, right? So yes, in the beginning it will be difficult. It is said that bhakti in the beginning is like poison, zahar, but in the end it is like amrit, nectar. And on the other hand, the material life in the beginning is like amrit, but in the end it is like poison, because people enjoy it in the beginning and they don't care about their self enlightenment, and in the end they have to again take birth. So it's like a poison for them. Okay, so we have to make people understand that there are rules and regulations. This is called Vaidhi Bhakti. We don't have to become Sahajiya. Sahajiya means independent. Whatever I feel, I am going to do that. I feel I have to buy Jagannath deities, so I will buy. No. Who asked you to? Did you take permission from a mentor? Did you take permission from your Guru Maharaj? You just got it, right? That is wrong. This is not how bhakti is. Everything is systematic. You have to check with someone, and then it's not just about getting deities, anything and everything. So that is why it is difficult. It's not so easy, because we have this independent mentality. Why do I need permission for this? Why? But we have to take permission. We have to train to go to Vaikuntha actually. And that is why bhakti in one sense is very, very difficult. But people think that these people are just chanting all the time. They are eating, they are dancing, they are singing. It's not easy actually. There's this beautiful small pastime. There was one devotee, and all he used to do was he would chant. I'm not sure, maybe this is a recent story, like very recent story. And all he used to do was just chant. And he wouldn't do much seva actually. So the other people in the temple, the brahmacharis and the devotees, they got very annoyed with him and very angry at him, thinking that what kind of a person he is. He's not doing anything, he's just chanting all the day. So then they go and they complain to their Guru Maharaj, saying that Guru Maharaj, look at this devotee, he is new in the temple and all he does is just chant. He does not do anything. He is just a low kind of, he's just a neophyte devotee. And then the Guru said, oh, is that so? Okay, let's do one thing. So tomorrow, let's call everyone. And then he assembled everyone from the temple and he said, no seva today. Today our only seva is all of you should sit and chant. That's the only seva. And surprisingly, none of them could sit and chant for the whole day. After some time, all of them had to leave actually. Just give me a moment, okay? Sorry, am I audible now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, yeah. Sorry about that. Let me share my screen again. Yeah, so none of them could actually chant. And then the Guru said, you thought that this chanting is very easy. It's for the person who has nothing to do in the world and then you can just chant. So take this challenge. You have been for such long time in the temple, all of you, and you think that he's a neophyte devotee. Don't you understand? Someone who can chant, to dance in Harinam, to sing with harmonium, rhythm, kartal, you can do that for hours and hours. But to sit with the chanting bead, we all have a little glimpse of Nirjala Ekadashi, right? One day we could do. Were we able to do the next day, the following day? What happened? Were we able to chant hundreds of rounds? No. Were we able to chant 64 rounds? No. It's not easy actually. It's very difficult. Only one who has the mercy will be able to do that. So have utmost respect for someone actually who has a little taste in chanting or who can actually chant. Because Kirtan Yes, again, Kirtan is also not for everyone, but still, it is easy because it's music. You just have to sit, sing, dance. That's it. But to sit and chant on beats, that actually takes guts. It's not for everyone. Yeah. So with that respect, bhakti is not so easy. So let's move ahead. Sri Rup Goswami writes in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 12101, devotional service of the Lord that ignores the authorized Vedic literatures like the Upanishad, Puran and Narad Pancharatra is simply an unnecessary disturbance in society. This is called Sahajiyapanthi. As we have discussed, you must have now been familiar with this word Sahajiyapanthi. Sahajiyapanthi is exactly what's going on in the society today. When people go to Vrindavan to make reels, they will put on tilak with absolutely no knowledge what the tilak represents. They have kanti mala, but they are eating onion and garlic. They are drinking alcohol with this, and then they are just making a cheap show as if they are devotional. They are crying in front of the deities, but they have no clue about Bhagavad-gītā. They have no clue that they should have a guru. So this is a disturbance in the society. So today you see this is exactly what is happening in Vrindavan. They have all made it in a real point. People go to Vrindavan just for selfie. That's it. They don't go to meet saints or take darshan. They don't go for that, right? So that is a disturbance. It is not possible for the Brahman realized impersonalist or the Paramatma realized yogi to understand Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as the son of Mother Yashoda or the charioteer of Arjuna. Even the great demigods are sometimes confused about Krishna. Muhyanti yat suraya, the first verse of Bhagavatam. Mam tu vedana kaschana. No one knows me as I am. So Krishna says actually. In the coming chapter, in the 7th chapter, he is going to say, Vedaham samatitani vartamanani cha Arjuna. And then he says, Bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu vedana kaschana. I know the past, present and future of everyone, Arjun. But me, no one knows. And then 7.19 he said, Sa Mahatma Sudurlabham. And if one does know him, that Sa Mahatma Sudurlabham, such a great soul is very rare. Therefore, unless one practices devotional service to the Lord, one cannot know Krishna as he is Tattvata. If there were no Prabhupada, we wouldn't be knowing all these things actually. Every credit goes to Prabhupada. Else we would just have been speculating. We would have been gone to different organization. We could have become a part of Shankaracharya. Someone would have become part of Buddhist. Someone would have become part of someone. But to be coming in this Vaishnav authentic Sampradaya and getting this most confidential knowledge actually is, we have no idea that all of us has actually hit jackpot, and that is Prabhupada. Only the pure. So even though one is a great scholar or philosopher, we will not be able to understand Krishna. Only the pure devotees can know something of the inconceivable transcendental qualities of Krishna. His being the cause of all causes, his omnipotence and opulence, and his wealth, fame, strength, beauty, knowledge, and renunciation. Because Krishna is benevolently inclined to his devotees. He is the last word in Brahman realization, and the devotees alone can realize him as he is. Therefore, it is said, no one can understand Krishna as he is by the blunt material senses, but he reveals himself to the devotees, being pleased with them for their transcendental loving service unto him. So that is the best part about this Krishna consciousness. So this is from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 12234. That no matter how much someone poses, they are great devotees. Or you cannot buy Krishna with your money. You cannot buy Krishna with your beauty. You cannot buy Krishna at any cost, but you can buy Krishna with your bhakti. That is the only thing. The more devotional you are and humble you are, and you pass all the tests, then only Krishna is going to reveal himself to me. And that is why people come, they join ISKCON for some time, and they say that we don't get taste in this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So okay, we will go to some Babaji in Vrindavan and they will say some name, and then we will do that, and then we will get tears in our eyes and kampan, goosebumps in our body, and that is it. No. Then you are actually, as Prabhupada, I am not going to use that word, but very simply put, you are fool number one then. This is not how it's going to work. It comes, Krishna reveals himself, ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajamyaham. To the degree we surrender to our spiritual master, to the degree we please our spiritual master, to that degree Krishna is going to reveal himself to us. No matter what you do. If my Guru Maharaj asked me to preach in Zimbabwe, I can be the best preacher of Vrindavan. It does not matter. I was supposed to be preaching in Zimbabwe. So I cannot expect the mercy of Krishna in Vrindavan. Understood? So this is the key to pleasing Krishna, or to getting Krishna to reveal himself to us. Next verse, 7.4. Again, very important verse.
Krishna Mataji. भूमिरापो नलो वायुखं मनोबुद्धिरेव च अहंकार इति यं मे भिन्न प्रकृतिरष्टधा. Translation: Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence and false ego. Altogether, these 8 constitute my separated material energies.
Purport. The science of God analyzes the constitutional position of God and his diverse energies. Material nature is called Prakriti, or the energy of the Lord in his different Purush incarnations, expansions, as described in the Narad Pancharatra, one of the Tattvat Tantras. For material creation, Lord Krishna's plenary expansion assumes 3 Vishnus. The first one, Mahavishnu, creates the total material energy known as the Mahat Tattva. The second, Garbhodakshai Vishnu, enters into all the universes to create diversities in each of them. The third, Kshirodakshai Vishnu, is diffused as the all-pervading super soul in all the universes and is known as Paramatma. He is present even within the atoms. Anyone who knows these 3 Vishnus can be liberated from material entanglement. Okay. So Prakriti is Maya Devi, Durga Devi. She is Prakriti. Where are we now? We are in Prakriti. We are all inside the womb of Mahamaya, or Mother Durga. And then there are 3 Purush avatars which help in the creation of this material world. What are those? We have discussed this like 10 times now. It's Mahavishnu, or Karanadakshayi Vishnu, who is the cause of the complete material creation. Then from him comes Garbhodakshai Vishnu, who is the father of Lord Brahma. And then Garbhodakshai Vishnu expands as Kshirodakshai Vishnu, who is the Paramatma feature. So we will not go into that detail, because we have done in detail in the first verse of Bhagavatam and also in our previous lectures, how this whole creation came into being, this secondary creation or the material creation. So this material world is a temporary manifestation of one of the energies of the Lord. So again, one of the energies. Krishna has so many energies. So this is just one of the energies. All the activities of the material world are directed by these 3 Vishnu expansions of Lord Krishna. These Purush are called incarnations. Generally, one who does not know the science of God Krishna assumes that this material world is for the enjoyment of the living entities, and that the living entities are the Purush, the causes, controllers, and enjoyers of the material body energy. According to Bhagavad-gītā, this atheistic conclusion is false. So this is something very common in India, and even in my family actually, I heard this misconception that we are sent by God to this world to do karma. This is something very, very common in India. Work is worship. We are sent here to do our karma, just be a good person. That's it. This is the aim of our life. So this is how dangerous this material energy is. Unless we come in contact with a sadhu like Prabhupada, we have no idea. And to someone, to a non-devotee, this statement that we are sent by God to do karma, fantastic statement, isn't it? Become a good person, and there will be clapping and tears in the eyes. Wow, what a great motivational speaker. See, they are not speaking about any religion. They are just speaking about humanity, and that everyone should do good karma. Yes, nothing wrong about that. But is that it? We have been doing this for millions of lifetimes. So why are we still here? If karma alone could have gotten you out of this material existence, first so you know where you are. You should know what your end goal is. Is your end goal of going in jail is to remain in jail, or is it going out of the jail? To an intelligent, the end goal is, I should get out of this jail. For an intelligent student, the end goal is, when he enters the college for 4 years or 5 years, depending on the course, the end goal is, I should get my degree and get out. I should learn my subjects, get a degree, and get out of this college. But a fool will say, I am enjoying this college life. So I am going to be here for eternity. And this is exactly what's wrong with the society, who are not in the right disciplic succession, because they have no clue that they have to get out. People are planning their next life, sadly, that in this life I could not get this. I pray to God, next life, may I get this. And I feel really sad for those people. And in a subtle way, we are also actually doing the same thing. Every thought that we have while chanting, we are creating our life. So we should have no other thoughts than going back to Krishna Lok. That should be the only thought we must have. Okay? Moving ahead. So, in the verse under discussion, it is stated that Krishna is the original cause of the material manifestation. Srimad Bhagavatam also confirms this. The ingredients of the material manifestation are separate energies of the Lord. Even the Brahma Jyotir, which is the ultimate goal of the impersonalist, is a spiritual energy manifested in the spiritual sky. There are no spiritual diversities in the Brahma Jyotir as there are in the Vaikuntha Lok, and the impersonalist accepts this Brahma Jyotir as the ultimate eternal goal. The Paramatma manifestation is also a temporary, all-pervasive aspect of the Kshirodakshai Vishnu. The Paramatma manifestation is not eternal in the spiritual world. Therefore, the factual absolute truth is the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. He is the complete energetic person, and he possesses different separated and internal energies. In the material energy, the principal manifestations are 8, as above mentioned. Out of these, the first 5 manifestations, namely earth, water, fire, air, and sky, are called the 5 gigantic creations or the gross creations, within which the 5 sense objects are included. So these 5 are called Panch Mahabhut, okay? Earth, air, water, fire, ether. Ether means sky. So they are the manifestations of physical sound, touch, form, taste, and smell. So in the creation of this universe, in the Bhagavatam, we are going to discuss this in detail. And also, I believe in the 13th chapter, there is a detailed description of all these energies. So material science comprises these 10 items and nothing more. But the other 3 items, namely mind, intelligence, and false ego, are neglected by the materialists. So when we study science, okay, chemistry, physics, biology, so we come in these, so they have the knowledge of these 10 things: earth, air, water, fire, ether, then sound, touch, form, taste, and smell. But because these are gross material things. But then the subtle, that is mind, intelligence, and false ego, the science does not study. This 3 things is beyond the understanding of science: mind, intelligence, and false ego. Philosophers who deal with mental activities are also not perfect in knowledge because they do not know the ultimate source, Krishna. The false ego, I am, and it is mine. Can everyone please mute themselves? Who is not on mute? Please mute yourselves. And it is mine, which constitute the basic principle of material existence, includes 10 sense organs for material activities. Intelligence refers to the total material creation called the Mahat Tattva. So these 8, and in total there are 24 elements that we will study later. So this is called Mahat Tattva. Okay. Therefore, from the 8 separated energies of the Lord are manifest the 24 elements of the material world, which are the subject matter of Sankhya atheistic philosophy. They are originally offshoots from Krishna's energies and are separated from him. But atheistic Sankhya philosophers with a poor fund of knowledge do not know Krishna as the cause of all causes, The subject matter for discussion in the Sankhya philosophy is only the manifestation of the external energy of Krishna as it is described in the Bhagavad-gītā. So, all these things that we just spoke about, earth, air, water, fire, ether. So, the primary creation was done in the spiritual world. And then that was sent from the spiritual world to this material world in the form of Mahat Tattva. And then when Mahavishnu glances over Prakriti, and we have told you like how Shambhu is involved, and then the Prakriti is in the Pradhan state and it gets agitated, and then mode of ignorance is born, and then everything comes into creation, and then Lord Brahma takes those 24 masala ingredients and he starts preparing the dish that is all of us, the Jeev Tattvas, right? So the Sankhya philosophy, the analysis. So what is Sankhya philosophy? Sankhya philosophy is the intellectual class who study matter, like astrophysics and all those stuff, astrology, astrophysics, and physics, metaphysics. All these things are part of Sankhya philosophy. Doctor, so they study medicine and all these things. So it is all part of analysis, analytical study, also called as Sankhya philosophy. Chaitanya Prabhu, who is not on mute, Prabhu, can you just call their name?
Annakota Prabhu, please.
Annakota Prabhu, can you please mute yourself, Prabhu? Is he listening to us even? Or can you just call him separately and ask him to mute himself, Prabhu? Yes, please. Thank you. Yeah, okay. So, yes. So this is all Sankhya philosophy, the analysis part. But again, understand that for the Vedantists, for them, this Sankhya philosophy or the study of metaphysics and all these things, for them, that is the absolute. They think that this is God. This study is the study of God. But no, that is not the correct understanding. This is just the secondary creation. The primary creation is in the spiritual world. And the primary creator is Krishna, the cause of all causes. Okay? So with that, let's move. I don't know. I think still we can hear the sound from Ankota Prabhu. So, okay. Who wants to recite this verse? 7.5. Tanush Prabhu, are you there? Vedas Prabhu, do you want to?
Can I, Prabhu?
Yes, please.
अपरे नित्यस्य प्रकृतिं विद्धि मे परां जीवभूतां महाबाहो यदेदं धार्यते जगत्.
Thank you. Translation.
Beside these, O mighty armed Arjuna, there is another superior energy of mind which comprises the living entities who are exploiting the resources of this material inferior nature. Sorry, मेरी आवाज आज थोड़ी बैठी हुई.
No problem. Okay, let's see the purport. Here it is clearly mentioned that living entities belong to the superior nature or energy of the Supreme Lord. The inferior energy is matter manifested in different elements, namely earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. Both forms of material nature, namely gross, earth, etc., and subtle, mind, etc., are products of the inferior energy. Okay, so let's understand this. There are two energies. One is Prakriti. Prakriti is earth, air, water, fire, ether, mind, intelligence, false ego. This is all Prakriti. Okay? And that is the inferior energy. And the second is the superior energy, and that's all of us. The Jeev Tattva. So this is clear, right? That there are two energies. It's not only two, there are many energies, but here it's been spoken about two energies. The first one is the inferior, that's Maya, and that is the Mahat Tattva, the 24 elements. And the second one is us, and we are actually the superior energy, the Jeev Tattva. The living entities who are exploiting these inferior energies for different purposes are the superior energy of the Supreme Lord, and it is due to this energy that the entire material world functions. The cosmic manifestation has no power to act unless it is moved by the superior energy, the living entity. Energies are always controlled by the energetic, and therefore The living entities are always controlled by the Lord. They have no independent existence. They are never equally powerful as unintelligent men think. Ahankara vimoodatma kartaham iti manyate. That is why Krishna said, 3.21 I guess, yeah. That out of their ahankar, ignorance, these foolish people think that they are the doer. Unless Krishna is sanctioning within our heart as Paramatma, we can't even move an inch. Because Krishna is there inside our body, we are functioning. Krishna goes, we are dead, right? So, never think that we are the doer. The distinction between the living entities and the Lord is described in Srimad Bhagavatam 10:87-30 as follows. O Supreme Eternal, if the embodied living entities were eternal and all-pervading like you, then they would not be under your control. But if the living entities are accepted as minute energies of your Lordship, then they are at once subject to your supreme control. Therefore, real liberation entails surrender by the living entities to your control, and that surrender will make them happy. In that constitutional position, only can they be controllers. Therefore, men with limited knowledge who advocate the monistic theory that God and the living entities are equal in all respects are actually guided by a faulty and polluted opinion. So understand, why is Prabhupada quoting the same thing again and again and again? Because unless we come to the platform of service, bhakti, unless we come to the platform that humbly we have to become servants, we have to serve Krishna, we are not going back. We have to go back. That is our end goal. Remember that. Why are we reading? Why are we attending Mangal Aarti? Why are we chanting our rounds? Why are we serving in the temple? We have to develop love for Krishna and we have to go back from here. That is our end goal. Right? We are here. We have to get back to Krishna Lok. Now, if we are thinking that Krishna and I are on the same platform, then it is not possible actually. And this Mayavad philosophy is exactly that you are Krishna. You and Krishna are on the same platform. So then why will I serve Krishna? If I and he are same, then why should I cook for him? Why should I organize Rath Yatra? Why should I organize Janmashtami? He should also organize my birthday. Because it is my Ashtami, Navami, Shashti, whatever it is. I am also Krishna. So Krishna should do for me, work for me actually. Right? So that is, and trust me, if we reflect on our lives, even today, after doing bhakti for so many years and God knows how many, but still we expect that people clap and sing happy birthday for us, isn't it? That people treat us specially. We go out on vacation. We go out for a trip. So our focus on birthday is us. It is not Krishna actually. Is it really? Think about it. Reflect on that. That we want our birthday to be special. We must be the center of attention. Or if it's our kid's birthday, they must be the center of attention, isn't it? We do everything for our kids. So many functions. Do we keep Krishna in the center? If we are not keeping Krishna in the center and our kid, or if we are putting ourselves in the center, this is why Prabhupada is telling again and again and again that fools, don't do this. Be a servant. Keep Krishna in the center. Everything must revolve around Krishna. And by this understanding, you go back to Krishna Lok. Okay? So it is not wrong to celebrate birthday or be happy on one's birthday or go on a vacation. But the center should be Krishna. This is what I'm saying. Okay, so don't stop celebrating birthdays or whatever. Celebrate it, but always be Krishna conscious. Whatever you do, whatever I do, we should be Krishna conscious and not conscious of our own self. That I should be treated at that day. That is my day. No, it's never my day. It's always Krishna's day. So that is why again and again the same thing is coming. So don't be annoyed that why the same thing is coming again, because we are still not there mentally. We are still the enjoyer. We feel that we should be the enjoyer. Okay. The Supreme Lord Krishna is the only controller, and all living entities are controlled by him. These living entities are his superior energy because the quality of their existence is one and the same with the Supreme. but they are never equal to the Lord in quantity of power. While exploiting the gross and subtle inferior energy matter, the superior energy, the living entity, forgets his real spiritual mind and intelligence. This forgetfulness is due to the influence of matter upon the living entity. But when the living entity becomes free from the influence of the illusory material energy, he attains the stage called mukti or liberation. The false ego, under the influence of material illusion, thinks, I am matter, and material acquisitions are mine. His actual position is realized when he is liberated from all material ideas, including the conception of his becoming one in all respects with God. Therefore, one may conclude that the Gita confirms the living entity to be only one of the multi-energies of Krishna, and when this energy is free from material contamination, it becomes fully Krishna conscious or liberated. So, again, understand the psychology. If you see a small child, okay, a 2-year-old, a 2.5, 3-year-old, you will find this enjoying mentality in them also. Who has taught them? Okay, I might have seen many movies, I might have been to many places, and I know, oh, this is how they enjoy. This is how the king is treated. Oh, I want treatment like this. Okay, fine. But what about a 2-year-old? How do they know? Because they have been doing this for lifetime after lifetime. And it all started from Krishna Lok. In the beginning, we saw Krishna enjoying like that, like a king. And then from there only we have this thing that we should also enjoy. That is the whole reason why we are in this material world, isn't it? You go to a movie theater to enjoy the movie, isn't it? So we are in this material world to enjoy. Simple logic. Else why would we be here? So we are here to enjoy. But now we have to understand Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. The only enjoyer is Krishna. It's not us actually. We were under the illusion thinking that we can be the enjoyer, but we can never be the enjoyer. And the sooner we understand it, the sooner we are going back to Krishna. Okay, in a humble state. So I'm going to stop here. Please shoot any questions if you have. Raise your hands. Okay, Abhishek Bini Prabhu, is that for question? I don't know.
Prabhu, it was for the next sloka, but that's fine.
Oh, sorry Prabhu, yeah. Next time maybe, yeah. Okay. Anyone has any question? Yes, Subhashmita Mataji?
Prabhuji, yes, this is true. We don't understand Krishna. It's because of Maya, right?
Yeah,
But why
it's because
Maya
of
is
covering.
heavy on
Pardon?
us? Why Maya is heavy on us? Comparing to Krishna, because Krishna also created Maya, means this material world. But then why?
Yeah. So Mataji, it's like simple. There is a disclaimer. When we make any machine, okay, let's say we are making a very heavy machine. So we have a disclaimer, the do's and don'ts, that if you use the machine properly, you can make something out of it. But if you misuse it, your hands will be cut. You will have wounds, and you will be in a very deep problem. And despite knowing this, so it is said that when we were coming from the spiritual sky, actually, Nityanand Prabhu, Balramji, he held us and he requested us, he joined his hands that don't do this, don't go, actually. You have no idea where you are going. That is not a place for you. But we disregarded Balramji. He is our spiritual master. We disrespected our spiritual master actually, and kicked. And then we came to this material world. So because Krishna knows that he has made Maya and Maya is like that, you cannot say that, okay, if I say you that Mataji, here in this pond there are many alligators or crocodiles and they are very hungry. If we go, they are going to eat you raw, alive. And you will say, no, I am adventurous. I like to adventure, so I'm going to go. But I will say, no, Mataji, you are going to die. They won't be merciful to you. They don't understand our language. Even if you plead, they are going to eat you. But no, I want fun in my life. I want some adrenaline rush in my life. So what can I do then? Right? If the 440 volt, the transformer is actually, the reason for the transformer is to give light. But you will say, no, I'm going to sit on the transformer to show the world that I am also Khataro ke khiladi. I can play with fire. So you play with fire, you will be burned. So Krishna warned us, don't go to this material world. To khale achashvatam, Baba, I made this world. but then we are saying no, I will play with fire. Okay. So that is why, Mataji, we were warned. There was a disclaimer, but we were very rebellious. So now we are getting our own medicine, taste of our own medicine. But even today we are not understanding, Mataji. The Maya is so strong that even tomorrow, if you will get everything you desired for, this is a special mercy of Krishna on all of us, that we have been kicked in our life. All of us has been kicked. That is why we are turning a little towards Krishna. If Krishna would not have us kicked by Maya, we won't be sitting here for this Bhagavad-gītā class and Mangal Aarti and chanting and temple service now. You see, many people, they come, their desires fulfilled, and they leave bhakti nowhere to be seen. So this is special mercy. Okay?
Thank you. But Prabhuji, this means like Maya, I think it will not go easily. I think it will be special. I am talking about myself. It will be with me till the end of my life. Then how I will...
Not this lifetime. This will be until we go to... So that's what His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj said. That Krishna was very humble. So in the 14th verse he is going to say, Devi Ashi Gunamai Maya Duratya. So the translation reads that it is very difficult to overcome Maya. But Radhanath Maharaj says that this is an understatement. It is not very difficult, it is impossible to overcome Maya. It is not at all possible. She is so strong. But the only way is mercy of Krishna. Mameva ye prapadyante maya itam tarantite. If we somehow surrender to Krishna and hold tightly to the feet of our Guru, that is the only way we are going back to Krishna. Maya is not going to leave us. Don't think. It's impossible. Okay? So, Guru Ashray. Guru Ashray is the only shelter. Prabhupada and our Guru. Only shelter. Other than that, if we are on our own, then we are gone. Khatam. End. Okay, we'll move ahead, Mataji. Yes, Abhishek Dudi Prabhu.
Prabhu, am I audible?
Yes, Prabhu, you are.
Yeah. So, two questions. First question was that in one of the verses you said that Arjuna is the confidential devotee of Bhagavan Krishna.
Yes.
That was the first question. Because at times, I think in one of the previous
Last question we had
rendered
this.
to you.
Yeah.
And the other question is that why always Krishna address Arjuna as either Mahabaho or Parth or many other names?
Right. Yeah, very, very interesting question, Prabhu. Yeah, I like this question because I also had the same question. So, the first question, yes, Arjun is the eternal associate of Krishna. He is the most confidential friend of Krishna. And that is the reason Krishna chose Arjun, because he wants all of us actually to channelize Arjun within ourselves. Okay? So all of us has the potential to become like Arjun. What is this concept of Arjun? It means that whatever we do, we should be best at it. Whatever seva we do for Krishna. And the second thing is we have to be completely Krishna conscious. So once after Mahadev, Lord Shiva, he told the Mahatma, the glorification of Bhagavad-gītā. So then he told Mother Parvati, do you want to see the live demo? So she was very curious. Oh yes, I want to see the live demo of Bhagavad-gītā. He says, okay, let's come down. Let's go to Dwarka. And then both of them go to Dwarka. And then they go to the gatekeeper and says that, can you please tell that I have come? So luckily that time Uddhav was there. So then Mahadev meets Uddhav and says, Uddhav, can you please go and tell Krishna that I have come? Uddhav says, okay, fine, I'll tell him. So I'll wait, because Mahadev is very, very humble. So he said, I will wait at the gate unless I'm called upon. So Uddhav goes, Uddhav does not come. And then Mahadev actually, he also says that it's been such a long time. What happened? Let me go and check. So Mahadev goes inside and he also doesn't come. Now Parvati, Mother Parvati is thinking, what's going on? So the gatekeeper goes inside. And the gatekeeper also does not come outside. And then she cannot take it anymore. What's going on? So she goes inside. And then she sees something very special. She sees that Arjun is sleeping on the lap of Krishna. And while he's sleeping, through each of his breath, he's chanting Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. And everyone is so emotional when they see this thing. That is why when Uddhav went inside and saw this, he could not control his emotion. Mahadev goes inside, he also could not control his emotion. And it is the chambers of Rukmini, Mother Rukmini, and she is also crying. Krishna is also crying, and everyone is crying that look at this devotee. Even in his sleep, with every breath, he has Mahabhav symptoms. And he's speaking, he's taking the name of his actually body, his heart is beating and producing the name Krishna. This is Arjun actually. This is why Arjun is chosen again and again to hear Bhagavad-gītā. And through Arjun, we all actually have to channelize that Krishna consciousness. So that is the first part, okay? And the second, why is Krishna using different name? Because what happens is that we know active and passive voice. Ram eats mango. Mango is eaten by Ram. So if you don't understand Ram eats mango, then try to understand mango is eaten by Ram, okay? So you see, Krishna is saying Bharata, Kim Akurvata Arjuna, then Mahabhav, and different Pritha, Sabyasachi, all these names, Prabhuji, is directly connected to Krishna. Okay. So Krishna is reminding Arjun in different ways that Arjun, you are mine, you belong to me. Okay. O son of Pritha. You are son of Pritha. You are Par. Pritha is my Bua. So you are my relative. O Bharatvanshi. We are born in the same kul. You and I are from the same family. O Mahabaho. Mahabaho means strong armed. So with all these words, actually he is motivating Arjun to complete his mission. That means win this war. So that is a hint to all of us that all of us actually belong to Krishna. Mamay vanshe jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. Manashashtani indrani prakriti sthani karshati. So he's saying that all of you don't think Maya is strong, but you belong to me. I am stronger. Win this war, Mahabahu. So it is a indirect call out to all of us. Okay, Prabhu?
Probably one small follow-up on that.
Sure.
When he says Bharata or when he says Mahabahu, or then I understand that these are the motivating words. But when he says Parth or Pritha, then he is taking the name of his mother. Then what is the bhav? What is the bhav?
The bhav, I just said, right? The bhav is that you are my relative. You are my relative. Do not fear.
Yes, I understand.
Don't fear. I am there to protect you, right? So he's telling me and you that Prabhu, Maya may be strong, but you belong to me. Don't worry. You fight. I will be standing behind you. Okay? Yes, Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
So,
Krishna.
in 7.4, when you were explaining the purport, it says that the false ego, I am and it is mine. So, we understand, you explained in the morning class as well that in the first slok itself we see that Dhritarashtra saying Mam Kaha Pandavascheva. So, then what does it mean when we hear true ego? What is true ego?
True ego is everything belongs to Krishna, the ego of gopis. Okay, when we hear, when we will study Chaitanya Charitamrita, we will get to know what true ego is. Everything should remind us of Krishna. Every activity, everything is Krishna actually. Okay, so when we come to that concept, that is called true ego. Okay, Mataji, slowly. It's going to take time. It's not so easy to understand, but we will get there, because that's what I keep saying, that most of us are actually struggling with the first verse of Bhagavad-gītā. We have not understood because still it is my and yours. My, your. Right? So this is the problem. This duality is actually existing only in this material world. It's not in the spiritual world. So we have to get past that duality. Slowly it's going to come. Okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Very well. Yes, Jyoti Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
My
Krishna.
question is, Arjun was the cousin brother of Krishna and Subhadra was Krishna's sister. तो they were
Right.
brother and sister ना, अर्जुन और सुभद्रा भी भाई बहन हुए ना, तो
Right.
उनकी शादी
No.
कैसे हो सकती है? मतलब
So
उनकी
from
शादी नहीं हुई अर्जुन और सुभद्रा
yeah. So that time that was the custom. From mama's side, actually, you can. So only the blood relatives you cannot marry. But then if it's a distant relation, then it was allowed in our previous ages. Okay.
Okay. And
Prabhu,
one more thing, Prabhuji, Prajalpa के अंदर what are the topics? मतलब
Everything that is not about Krishna is Prajalpa. Everything. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji. Hare
Yeah. Actually, I remember that in my first camp I had gone to Mayapur and someone had asked the same question. The same question that you asked to Radheshyam Prabhu. So we were in a big hall and there were 100 devotees, new devotees. And the same question was asked. And then Radheshyam Prabhu said, what is your problem? If Arjun married Subhadra, then did it affect the GDP of India? Did it affect your house? What happened to you? Nothing. So why such question? So I mean, he was asking like that, but I had the same question, but it was actually you can in previous you were, and I think even today in the southern part of India, if I'm not wrong, I could be wrong, that from your mama's side actually you can get married to the
Yes,
sibling.
Prabhuji, it's there like south, even in Odisha, south part like Barampur, Guntur, like mostly South Indian people they stay. So there it's there.
Yeah, right. Thank you for confirming that. Okay, so we'll move ahead with Akash Prabhu's question now.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, my one question is like, do we have to read follow all the verses, or like
Yes.
is it okay to just
No, all the verses, Prabhu. All the verses. Actually, it is impossible. Even if you do one verse in your life, that is more than enough. But okay, so the thing is, Prabhuji, when we have to take some person a guru, okay? So we cannot say that this part of this instruction of guru I like and this I don't like. So I will follow this and I will reject this. No. When you embrace something, na, spiritually, Prabhu, so you have to do it in entirety.
Okay.
Okay? So is that clear?
Yes, yeah. Okay, I got it.
Right. That is called Ardha Kukut Nyaya. Ardha Kukut Nyaya means that I like, there is hen and she gives a golden egg every day. I like the golden egg, but I don't like the hen because the hen has to eat grains and I have to pay for the grain. So I will cut the hen in two parts. So that I don't want its first part, the mouth, and I want only the rear part because it gives eggs. So that is a foolishness. What happens is as you cut the hen dies, you don't get the golden eggs anymore. So this is called Ardh Kukut Nyaya.
Probably you are right, but I want to like from your experience as of till now, how often you are able to like in your personal life, let's say there are many verses that you have learned and you must be knowing. How like is it like, let's say you go in outside world and like whenever you are dealing, you are able to recall those verses, like you see something and you recall, okay, this verse is happening over here.
Yes, yeah. So initially it was not, but now, so it's automatic. So when you do, so I am not doing this Bhagavad-gītā classes for you. I am doing it for me actually. So it is helping me. And it's not you who is learning, it's I who is learning from all of you. Because you people sometimes give me hard time, so I have to learn to control my anger on you. Right? So I am learning more than you are learning. So now what happens is if I go, let's say it is whatever the time is today, 8:44. So there is no 44th verse in the 8th chapter. But let's say it was 8:05. So immediately I will remember Antakale Chamameva 8.5. If it is 7:19, immediately I will recite the verse. So it is like automatic now, like a alarm. I see that time 7:19, the verse comes inside my mouth. So slowly and slowly these things happen. So it's like with practice. The more you practice Bhagavad-gītā and you are going, let's say you see something sky. So immediately 7.4 is going to come. That, okay, this is Bhumi Rapurna Lovayo, Buddhi Mankham Arevacha, right? So immediately all these things come, and it is like automatic. I don't have to push myself or force myself. But again, it took a lot of time, Prabhuji, because I've been like 15 years now. So slowly and slowly it comes, but it's not like 100% of the time. Some of the time I have to also relate that, okay, some things happen and then it comes, oh, this was the conversation between Krishna and Arjuna and this was the answer, something like that. But it comes after some time.
Yeah. So that's why, like, I'm saying, like, I asked that question. Like, let's say you stick with one verse and you try to recall it all the times. And like for me, I recall that Ahankari Vimudatma Karta Ham Iti Manyate.
Yes.
So
right.
I just recall that, and basically you cannot retain everything in your mind like when you are doing a lot of things unless you are consistent in your thing. So I just it's small verse, and like I keep saying even to everyone.
No, I'll tell you something, Prabhuji. This is a very interesting question actually. And I am amazed by this. You know why? Because this is why Sadhu Sangha is important. I'll tell you, when I met one of my senior God brothers in India in Pune, we met him for the first time. Guru Maharaj told him that if you are in Pune, you should take guidance from this Prabhuji. So I told that Prabhuji, Guru Maharaj said like this and that, and he was so happy. Oh, Guru Maharaj gave me this service. Though he's very busy, extremely busy person, he gives Bhagavatam lecture. He said, come Prabhuji, let's meet. And the first minute and he's talking with me, okay, tell me how you came to ISKCON and how you met Guru Maharaj and this and that. And everything I am saying, he is quoting a verse from Bhagavatam. Oh, you did this? This is what Bhagavatam says. Oh, you did this? This is what Bhagavatam says. And I was completely, shocked in a good way that this is the level. When will I reach this level? That any sentence I say, and he can tell a verse from Bhagavatam, that this is what Bhagavatam says about this thing that you are saying. So this is the power of sadhu sang. When you associate with such a devotee, like when I was living with devotees, every time we drank water, we remembered Krishna. Rasoham apsu kaunteya, I am the taste of water. Every time I am looking at sky, it's Krishna because it's bluish color. If it's white, it's Balram. Every time I am looking anything, I can relate. Why? Because I saw every other person. For instance, if I go in road, okay, and if I see that a car is about to hit, so I will say some other word. But I saw these devotees, they would say Krishna, all of a sudden, Krishna, Krishna. Or if they are chanting, if that thought comes, Gauranga, Gauranga. So then initially we started imitating them, not understanding, but because it sounded so cool, okay, Gauranga, Gauranga, oh Krishna, whatever is happening. So we made a habit out of it. That okay, if something goes wrong, so let's say I am tripping, I am going down the stairs and I trip. So instead of saying any other word, or mummy, papa, whatever it is. Initially we used to say that, right? But now it is Krishna, whatever comes. So that is the power of Sadhu Sang Prabhuji. The more you associate, like you are relating this one verse, right? That Ahankar Vimuratma Kartamiti Manate. You will relate many verses when you live with devotees.
Yes, probably. And the main reason is probably like, well, if I openly say that, and I don't know, like, I think I developed it once I joined starting classes and all that. People started saying, oh, you ask a lot of questions and this like that. Earlier I didn't have this, but like, it started coming, like, on your subconscious mind. Unless I get praised from any question, I feel like, oh, like let's say someone says, oh, you are asking a lot of questions. Even though my intention was not like that, but later that feeling of sense, like satisfaction comes in, like, so that's why I always keep reminding this verse.
No, it's very good. Actually, Prabhupada love people who ask questions because it is a sign of intelligence. That means you're interested. And even I like people who ask questions. It's
but
good.
Like, it is putting some bad reaction also. Like,
why? Like
Ahankar basically, like, okay, I know, I asked this question, oh, I asked this question, like some, in that sense.
No, but you are clarifying your doubt, right? So there are two ways of asking question. One is that I know the answer and I'm checking the speaker. Does he know? That is wrong. And the second is if you are confirming, you know, but you are not sure. So you confirm, okay, fine. And the third is, I am not sure, I want to know the answer, then that is absolutely fine. So unless you are in the first category that I want to check if he or she knows, then that is not good. Okay. Other than that, it's fine, Prabhuji. Don't worry. Ahankar won't be coming there. Okay.
Probably
You must clarify your doubts.
the thing is that what I'm saying is like it's a problem now, become a problem to me. So
Like
that's
what?
why sometimes
You are thinking that I am intelligent, that is why I'm asking questions.
I develop that feeling.
So
That's why
yeah, that will, no problem, Prabhu. That will go away with your sadhana. The more you will chant, you will. So it's like many realizations will be there, Prabhu. Actually, the person I was 15 years back, I am not the same person now. Okay, because there were many things that I could not do. I could not sit for 2 minutes to chant. You can, what you say? I have this restless mind, monkey mind. I cannot sit. I could not speak with someone standing and looking at their eyes. I would look here and there. I would tap my feet. I would just move my body. So this is how much restless I was 15 years back. Then slowly and I could not actually, my legs are also operated, so I could not sit actually for more than 5 minutes. If I sat more than 5 minutes, my leg would start paining. But 10, 12 years down the line, I could sit at a stretch for 40 rounds, 40. And that is like impossible because the person who cannot sit 2 minutes, not can chant, not even a single round is doing. So this is not a glorification. I am just telling that as you go in this journey, Prabhu, there will be unimaginable things that you will witness and that is going to shock you. And then you will have the first hand experience of whatever we are reading in the books. Whatever Prahlad Maharaj experienced, whatever Dhruv Maharaj experienced, you will experience that, and then your Shraddha, your faith in Krishna consciousness and Bhagavatam will increase 10 times. So it will come. All these things, Prabhuji, there are so many things, I will tell you honestly, that there are things that I did not even think of, bad things, not positive, bad things, that I had no idea that I can even think in my dreams. And when I would chant, all those thoughts would come in my mind. To a point, I thought that I should actually stop chanting because I am better when I don't chant. When I don't chant, these thoughts are not coming inside my mind. And the thoughts that I cannot even tell to my spiritual master, maybe. I mean, I will tell, of course, to my spiritual master, but none other than my spiritual master am I going to tell those thoughts. I am too embarrassed to admit those thoughts, actually. But it came out of nowhere. I don't know. And then it struck me that these are the thoughts probably from my millions last times. Maybe in this lifetime, I'm not this person, but I have no clue what kind of person I was in my last lifetimes. I could have been a tiger. I could have been many things. And then there are so many thoughts. But then I heard Guru Maharaj saying in one of his lectures that don't worry about the mind. Just ignore your mind and keep on chanting. And now that's like reduced from 100% to, let's say, 1% now. Still the thoughts are there, but only 1%. At one, I was seriously thinking about quitting chanting. But you will see many changes in you, and all of you are going to see many changes in you actually. And things that it is impossible for me to wake up. I have told you many times. I have studied in convent school, army training since I was 6 years old. So they would come with a stick. And if you are sleeping, then you are getting that stick. And still after that, I was not able to wake up for my entire next 20 years. But all of a sudden, I got kripa of Guru Maharaj. And then whatever I'm able to do is all his mercy actually. If he revokes his mercy, I'm again going back to being that person. So mercy will come. You will see many changes. Don't think anything. And don't let anyone actually judge. Whatever emotion you are going through, Prabhuji, is you only know. So people will say you are asking questions, this and that, but they have no idea what is your level, how much you are advancing. Or actually, even if you chant 192 rounds, or if I chant, you don't know my intention behind that, isn't it? So that is why no one should judge anyone that, oh, this is a pure devotee or this is not so pure devotee. You don't know. Maybe you chanted 4 rounds, but you chanted with bhav. And I chanted 100 rounds, but there was no bhav. Isn't it? So ignore all these things. Just focus on Krishna consciousness. That's it. Okay? Okay. Yes, okay, Krishna Mataji.
Prabhuji, it might take a lot of time, so I'll probably ask some other time. It's okay.
Okay, sure. Yes, Mataji, sure.
Yeah,
So
yes,
for some other day, we'll keep on. Thank you so much. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining. Thursday, I'm not sure if I'll be able to take because I have somewhere to be. If not, I will text in the group and I will see if I can take the lecture tomorrow instead. Okay. So thanks for joining everyone. Hare Krishna.